Just want to give a big shout out to my sponsors, Discraft Underground and Riverside Pro Shop. And then also to the community, huge thank you guys for helping this channel grow. Now, on to the review. How is it, everybody? In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the Predator, an overstable fairway driver from Discraft. Now, I am going to be throwing it in the Big Z plastic, mainly because, from my experience, Big Z tends to be the least stable plastic. And you know what? For an overstable disc like this, I just hope that my noodle arm will actually be able to do something other than just hyzer it. So, taking a look at the Predator, clocks in speed 9, glide 4, turn 1, fade 4, stability of a 2.5. And that is based off the 2019 flight chart. Now for the profile, you can see there is a noticeable dome to the disc. I wouldn't call it really pop top, but it does have that slight dome. For me personally, it makes it a little uncomfortable for forehand, but for backhand, especially with the rim depth only being 1.1 centimeters, makes it really comfortable for backhand. And being a speed 9, the rim width is at a 1.9 centimeters, right in that fairway driver range. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it flies. To make the review dull and boring, I could say this disc hyzers, and it hyzers very well. It does exactly as advertised, and that could be the end of the review right there. However, that's not very entertaining. So in this review, I'm going to be looking a little bit more into the utility of the disc, like not just how does it hyzer and how does it resist the wind, because it resists wind, headwinds very well. I've thrown in 30-mile-an-hour headwinds, and it holds nice and straight and still fights back. Even in these shots here, it is about a 10 to 15 mile an hour headwind, and even when trying to force it over, it really doesn't want to force over and hold an anhyzer line for very long before fighting back. Instead, I wanted to take a look at how this disc does in the utility slot. So I did add in for skip shots, because I love discs that can really have a nice big flare if you're trying to say you have a low ceiling shot. The Predator really does skip. As you can see from both the backhand and the forehand here, you do get a really noticeable skip. Now, keep in mind, this is right after it's rained and a lot of snow has melted, so the ground is very, very soft, and it's still getting a very decent skip. I did throw the Predator side by side with the Raptor, and backhand, both discs were almost identical. They were both going within 5 feet of each other. They both skipped almost the same distances. But it's in the forehand where I really noticed the difference. The Predator was going on average 15 to 20 feet further and would actually hold the anhyzer flex lines a lot better than the Raptor would. And to be honest, that really surprised me, because for forehands, I just cannot get over how almost uncomfortable the Predator felt for forehands. Even for thumbers like this, I get really decent results, but it just seems a little off in the hand when it comes to forehand or thumbers. It just feels a little weird, and I don't know if it's because of that dome that the disc has. But for backhand, this thing is like a dream. I love the feel of the disc for backhand. And even for forehand rollers. It's just for regular forehands, and then for these thumbers, it just feels a little bit off, but again, that's just my opinion. If it feels comfortable for you, it does exactly what's needed. This is a fantastic overstable disc, and it has great utility. It skips well. It rolls really well on the ground for forehand rollers, and it also thumbers well. And that's something that I like in fairway drivers, is something that can do everything like that. Thank you all so much for watching this review. This disc is absolutely incredible in all the extra things that it can do besides just hyzering out, which again, it does extremely well. So if you liked what you saw from the Predator, please go to discraft.com and pick up yours.